Hello friends, the above question is a problem related to the concept of break-even analysis. So let's look into the problem. A manufacturer of lathe buys a component at rupees 20 each. So the lathe manufacturer buys can buy a component at 20 rupees. If he decides to make it himself, his fixed and variable cost will be rupees 24,000 and rupees 8 per component. So for example, if the lathe manufacturer, instead of buying and selling the product, if he manufactures on his own in his firm, he need to bear a fixed cost of rupees 24,000 and he will be having a variable cost. Let us say it is small a, it is equal to rupees 8 per component or 8 per unit. This is a situation if the lathe manufacturer make the component in his firm, decide whether to make or buy the component. So from this question, we can see that the concept of break-even analysis will be helpful in knowing the make or buy decisions. In knowing the make or buy decisions means this concept of break even analysis will be helpful whether we should make the component in our own firm and to sell, or whether to buy the component and then to sell. So let's look at the question and decide whether it is advised for the manufacturer of lathe to make the component and to sell, or to buy the component and to sell. So to know this, let us find the break-even point. We'll be finding the break-even point in terms of quantity or in terms of units. It is given by fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So fixed cost, we know the concept regarding the fixed cost. It is the cost parameter which is to be paid irrespective of the production level. It is a fixed cost is always a constant value or constant amount which does not depend on how much quantity you produce. Okay, so it is the cost parameter irrespective of the production level. So as per the question, the fixed cost is given as 24,000 divided by contribution per unit. We know that it is selling price per unit small b minus variable cost per unit small a. So it comes around 24,000. The lathe manufacturer buys the component at 20 rupees each. Let us suppose he sells at 20 rupees each, minus the variable cost is given as 8. So it comes around 24,000 divided by 12. It is equal to 2,000 units. So from this break-even point of 2,000 units, what we can analyze is, suppose if the quantity sold by the person is more than 2,000 units, which is more than the break-even point, it is advisable to make the component and sell, right? Suppose if the quantity the person is selling is less than 2,000 units, so less than 2,000 units, if he tries to make, he will be in a situation of the loss if the quantity is produced is less than the break-even point. So if he sells the products less than 2,000 units, which is less than the break-even point, it is advised to buy and sell. It is advised to buy and sell, right? So finally we can say that this concept of break-even analysis will be helpful in knowing whether to make the component or whether to buy the component and then to sell. So let us look at the next question. A company is planning to launch a new product. For any volume of production below 400 units, the fixed cost is rupees 6,000 and the variable cost is rupees 20 per unit. If the volume is more than 400, a larger equipment will be needed and the fixed cost will be 10,000, right? So if the production volume is more than 400, a larger equipment will be needed and the fixed cost increases from 6,000 to 10,000. However, the variable cost will reduce to rupees 10 per unit. At any volume, whether it is less than 400 units or more than 400 units, the selling price is rupees 30 per unit. So we need to find the break-even point. We need to find the break-even point. So break-even point, we know that in terms of quantity or in terms of number of units, it is given by fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. It is equal to selling price per unit, which is taken as small b, minus variable cost per unit, which is taken as small a. So fixed cost, let us take the initial situation. Let us assume we are producing less than 400 units. The fixed cost is taken as rupees 6,000 divided by selling price. The selling price, it is taken as for any volume of production. The selling price for any volume of production is rupees 30. So it is 6,000 divided by 30 minus the variable cost for initial level of production is 20 per unit. So it is equal to 6,000 divided by 10. It comes around 600 units. So if we produce quantity less than or equal to 400 units, the break-even point comes around 600 units. So let us look at the second part of the question. What is the profit or loss if the volume is fixed at 500 units? Suppose if we are producing 500 units, we need to find whether we get profit or loss. So we know that the total sales, or you can say it as total revenue which we get, is given by fixed cost plus variable cost plus profit, right? So profit or loss, whichever we make it. Okay. So the total sales for any volume of production, the sales price is 30 rupees. So we are producing 500 units. So for 1 unit, it is 30 rupees. For 500 units, it is 500 into 30. Fixed cost. So for volume of production more than 400, it is given in the question. The fixed cost is rupees 10,000. So we take the fixed cost as 10,000, and the variable cost, it is given as 10 per unit. For 500 units, it is 500 into 10. So plus profit or loss, whichever we may get. If we get P as negative, it means we got loss. So from this, we get P is equal to 15,000 minus 10,000 plus 5,000, it is 15,000. So we get the profit P is equal to 0 rupees. So profit P is equal to 0 rupees. It means it is the profit P is equal to 0 rupees means it is the break-even point. It is the break-even point. At break-even point, there exists no profit, no loss. So what are the assumptions made in your analysis? So if the volume of production is more than 400 units, as we have seen, the break-even point shifts from initial 600 units to what we got. The break-even point shifts from 600 units to 500 units. So that is the assumption which we get, or that is the value of the shift of the break-even point which we are getting by the decrease of the fixed variable cost and by the increase of the fixed cost. So So that's all for the session, and we will be looking at some more problems in my next video. Thank you all.